If you are brand new to the LSAT, you're looking to take the LSAT just to see how you'll do, the June LSAT is not a good choice. It is not a good test run for a number of reasons. One of them is that the June LSAT is roughly 4 to 5 weeks away. Not a whole lot of time to make a massive impact if you're starting from scratch, and you're going to be wasting time on logic games that will be minimally helpful, if helpful at all, for the August LSAT, because of course they are changing the LSAT after June. They are removing the logic game section and replacing it with a second scored logical reasoning section. So what this means is that the June LSAT is going to have an entire third of the material that will not be relevant to future versions of the test. It's not going to be the format if you're retaking the LSAT after June in August, September, October, or November. So if you want to get an accurate depiction of your abilities on the new LSAT format, which is what really matters, of course, the June LSAT is not going to be a good dry run or diagnostic version of the test for you. Of course, law schools are not going to care which version of the LSAT you take. They don't care if you take it with the logic games or without the logic games, just as they don't care if you take it in person or remotely online. They don't care if you take it on paper or on a computer, just as they don't care if you are applying with an LSAT flex score from earlier in the pandemic versus taking the LSAT in 2023, 2024, or beyond. There is also a massive benefit to taking the LSAT in the new format starting in August and beyond, because without logic games and with more focus on logical reasoning, you can narrow your focus to studying the logical reasoning section in particular. That's now going to be 2/3 of the LSAT starting in August. So a benefit there is for any gains you make in your understanding of logical reasoning, those are going to be doubled across the 2 sections out of 3 on the test. As I said, of course, not a whole lot of time till the June LSAT, and so there's not going to be enough time to master logic games if you're just getting started now. Of course, if you've been studying for the LSAT for a while and you're already doing great in logic games, or you hate logical reasoning, or both, it may make sense for you to go for the June LSAT, but otherwise, the August LSAT is going to be a much better choice. For me personally, if I were pretty new to the LSAT, I would just go for the August LSAT or beyond. I might see myself as being stronger in the logical reasoning section, or I might feel like I'm not going to do that great on logic games. The August LSAT would be the format for me. Additionally, another benefit of the August LSAT format is that it gives you the entire summer to devote to mastering the logical reasoning section. And then, of course, if you want a second or third at bat, you can still take the LSAT again besides August in September, October, or November, and still apply to law school pretty early in the cycle. Additionally, you could even take the LSAT in January or February and apply to law school the same cycle as well. Even the February LSAT is not too late. And if you're looking for support, studying for the LSAT whenever you're taking it, June, August, or beyond, of course, at LSAT Unplugged, there are a variety of ways that we can support you. If you're looking for additional help, we offer private one-on-one coaching, small group coaching, and on-demand video lessons. You can check out the links below the video to find out more and to book a call with me and my team. We'd be glad to help you out. One additional consideration that you may not see reflected in the previously administered LSATs is that with the removal of the logic game section after the June test, there are early indications that LSAT will be devoting more attention to mathematical style reasoning, formal logic in the logical reasoning section, starting with the August LSAT. Now, to be clear, this is not some radical new question type. LSAC is not making any major or radical changes to the LSAT starting in August, but rather it seems they may be devoting additional or increased focus to certain types of logical reasoning questions. For example, those that involve numbers versus percentages, those that involve more formal logic or conditional reasoning, more mathematical style reasoning. This has always been on the logical reasoning section of the LSAT, but we may now see a bit more of that in the logical reasoning section than we have in the past. We've been seeing this indicated in logical reasoning experimental sections going back over the past few LSAT administrations, which is of course an indication that LSAC is getting ready to add this to the scored portions of the LSAT going forward. So keep that in mind when you're crafting your LSAT study plan for August and beyond. Anyway, folks, that's all for now. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.